side. A big crowd in attendance. The rain is starting to tumble again, but we're going to put up with that for the afternoon. That tells the story. As a ball up in the middle. Willis got first touch. Who can get it away? It comes out wide towards the wing. The hurried kick was down towards the left half-forward flank by Tui. But it's a Collingwood free kick. It'll be taken by Turner. Jamie Turner on half-back.
Dennis Carroll at full forward for the Swans.
An interesting move as Jamie Turner tumbles a punt back towards the wing. Manson comes over the top with an effective spoil. Mickey McGuan's at the bottom of the pack. Ian Clayton comes in and decides that he will again take charge.
And Sandy Wayne Henwood down on Brian Taylor.
No surprise really that, with Henwood being a late inclusion into the side. Here's Gerard Healy hooking it over his shoulder. Tui again. 1, 2, 3 grabs. It's his. Thought about the hand pass. He's played on and he's caught. Thripp it was. Terry Thripp. Both in the action. From the centre. Socket off the ground. Now a chance for Wright. Push in the back. Going against Merv Neagle. So Wright with a drop punt down towards Taylor. Didn't quite make the distance. There was some holding on going on. It's against Brian Taylor. Ian Clayton having a couple of words. Williams in the back pocket. It's going to be great to see him in action today, along with Peter Dacos, as Cordy kicks over centre wing. And a good mark taken by the big man Willis. Plays on. This is Thripp. Pulls it in to half forward. Higgins, he's a left footer. Can't pull it round enough, however, and goes out of bounds on the full.
So the match has started with plenty of pace, plenty of pressure by both sides. Very difficult conditions. And the free kick will be taken by Gaffer in the back pocket for Collingwood. Kicks to half back. There's a mark to Collingwood taken by Kelly. Hand passes quickly on to Saunders. Saunders kick towards the wing, very close to the line. Manson slipping and sliding with Bayes. And have a look at that. Mark Bayes has only been on the ground about 5 minutes, and he's nearly blacked down one side. So the Sydney cricket ground, very, very heavy. Lots of rain falling here for quite a while. Cloak. Dacos a chance. Brown tries to get it back to Tony Shaw. Kick off the ground by Mitchell, doesn't go very far. Close to the line. Now Williams over the top. Coleman. Coleman's kick towards full forward. Over the back. McEwen's first to recover. Chris Siska's there to help out. Kicks the ball close to the line, and it'll go over for a boundary throw in the forward pocket, the right forward pocket for the Sydney Swans, about 25 metres from their goal.
And Ian, it's interesting to look at the rivalry between these two teams because it spills out over to the two cities. The Collingwood banner read Melbourne, Australia's Olympic city. Collingwood, Australia's gold medal team. Higgins to Healy. Healy a chance to score, but he's wide and out of bounds in the right forward pocket.
And Sandy, Collingwood will miss a couple of their key defenders. Shane Ward being replaced by Starcevich, but also Michael Christian not in the side, and Murray Renstead coming into the side onto the bench for Collingwood.
So a throw in the pocket. Kelly, 23, Collingwood. And Coleman. But it's Kelly, unable to get it away at the first attempt. Tony Shaw, who won the toss for the Magpies. David Cloak. We're looking for big things from this man today. He's been in fine form. Gets a kick down towards the half-forward line. It was a free kick anyway. Manson towards full forward. He's Shepherd in front. Well, this young man had a mighty debut, and he's got the chance to post the first score for the Magpies. Will the distance be a problem with a wet ball? He's still relatively new, and he's kicking from some 45 metres, and he's pulled it badly. Out of bounds on the foot.
Well, maybe he could have been. So Henwood now with the football in the back pocket for the Swans. Kicks it out towards half-back. Cloak can't mark. Mitchell's quick kick. Healy put it down pretty quickly, Gerard Healy. Darren Mullane there, the tackler. and the ball dribbles over for another boundary throw in. Half-forward flank for Collingwood. Too far out for them to score. Boundary throw in. Willis doing the ruck work with Cloak. Tony Shaw. Good gather by Murphy. Hand pass back to Eustace. Neagle out wide. Williams takes the mark. Williams over the top. Now there's a chance for the Swans. Higgins has plenty of yardage in front of him. Second bounce. Within 50. Goes for goal. Pulls it across his body and through for a behind.
It's really given the Swans some life on their half-forward line. They don't have to rely on Tony Maud all the time now. And Higgins, very penetrating left foot kick, very clever around goals.
So back into play through Ronnie McKeown. Cloak using the body. Not quite to the desired effect. Healy, Thripp, gets it away. Coleman towards full forward, over the head of McEwen, another behind. Well, this game has all the ingredients of being a beauty. The winner, depending on how much they win by, could find themselves almost to the top of the ladder. Doug Barwick receiving the hand pass from McGuan down towards half forward. Wright got one hand to it. It wasn't enough. Paddled forward by Darren Mullane. No one able to pick it up cleanly for the Magpies. At the bottom is Eustace. Still with Eustace. Still with Eustace. He gets away. Well done to half forward. And the juggling mark is taken by Paul Holdsworth. He's gone with a spiral torpedo punt. Good-looking kick. And pushed over the line for another behind. So Sydney doing the bulk of the attacking. John Wood, one of he must be at the wrong game. I know he's a Hawthorn madman, but it's good to see him. He's a great supporter of the game up here in Sydney. One of the stars on the Australian television there. We get back to the action here. Mickey Gaper has a few problems.
Yes, I think it's going to be indicative of the game today, so he can't afford to go for handballs short in these sort of conditions. In that full back line as Gaper did then, very easy to come unstuck, crucial.
Forward pocket ruck contest, two number 23s, Kelly and Coleman. Comes out the back to Shaw. Shaw's kicks out on the full. No doubt about that. Unfortunately for Tony Shaw, pushed as he kicks. And the free kick will be taken deep in that pocket by Holdsworth. So a real scoring chance here for Sydney Swans. The angle quite difficult. Holdsworth shoots for goal. Good looking kick.
You're looking sharp. You're looking good. You've come so far.
Tries to get it out. Thripp, who's doing well. Now Collingwood through Kelly gets it off to Hawke. Hawke's quick kick towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Mullane recovers well. So does Cordy. Kick off the ground by Cordy. Might go for it again. No. And he's been rewarded. At least he tried to pick it up. The Collingwood player behind was Manson, and Cordy takes the free kick.
Neil Cordy towards centre wing. Thripp, the flyer, waiting down in front was Healy, tumbling a punt, but Kelly is there to take the mark for Collingwood. The Swans by 9 points. Manson to come in from the side. One grab. Some legging, however. It's been picked up. And once again, the Sydney Swans able to get out of trouble through big man Willis. He's got a big job today on David Cloak. This is Gavin Krosiska. Just from the defensive side of centre. Down towards Heath Shepherd to use the body. Now, how can he recover? Neagle will be first to it. Needs help because Wright's there with Shepherd. Wright still going. He's under pressure now. Looking to get it back to Shepherd. He may get a free kick. Obvious.
Yes, the bigger players in conditions like today are going to find it difficult to kick their feet when the ball's on the ground more often than not. And the likes of Wayne Head will have to be very careful not to infringe like that.
Brian Taylor having a few words. And,
but why, Sandy? Why?
Well, I was going to say, it would be best if he just went back and let Heath Shepherd do the talking with his boot. They're looking for their first. Heath Shepherd Shoots for goal. Pretty close. It's there.
Well, Heath Shepherd in his third game has been very impressive, particularly a couple of weeks ago when he took some great marks and kicked some crucial goals. Very clever player, and in these conditions they may suit him. As I said, the ball will be on the ground more often than not, so the smaller players have the advantage.
It's a pretty crude tackle there by Wayne Henwood, and the umpire in a great position to make that decision. Shepherd kicks a goal for Collingwood. Holdsworth, the Swans goal kicker, back in the centre. Willis high, tries to get the tap down, but well, he did get it, but it was very difficult for Gerard Healy to break away, and we'll have another ball up. Umpire having a bit of a chat there to Greg Williams, obviously.
I think Williams asking him about some kneeing work.
Cloak and Willis at the bottom. Very difficult to get the ball out. Higgins, Thrip, kick smothered. Now chance for Murphy. Out it goes to Tui. Tui goes for goal. It might bounce through. No, it's touched right on the line by the Collingwood defender and then rushed through. So Sydney won 4, Collingwood 1 straight goal, and there's an army of Collingwood supporters. They seem to follow their side anywhere. McEwen kicks it in to half-back, looking for Brown. Good gather by that player, closely contested by Thrip. The mark has been taken by Barwick. Barwick with pace, runs up towards the wing and kicks it to half-forward. Collingwood mark, Manson just scragged as he kicks the ball out in front of Taylor. Good pick-up by big Brian Taylor. His hand pass is wide. Kick away now for the Swans by Teal, close to the boundary line. Shepherd's there. Eustace over the top. He may have interfered with Shepherd. Umpire Clayton sees it that way, and Shepherd will take the free kick for Collingwood right on that 50-metre line. Short passes on. It's effective. McGuan has come down from half-back, and Mick McGuan, who we see a lot of in the forward line for Collingwood these days, drifting down, will have a chance to kick Collingwood's second goal. Looking for the torpedo punt. Quite deliberate. Pulls it badly. Out of bounds on the full. Free kick to the Swans.
Surely a drop punt to the square would have been far more effective. It's a long way out to kick, even to go onto the torpedo, which he kicked it quite well in terms of its execution, but when it goes out of bounds at the full, no value.
So the Swans lead by 4 points. Good mark taken by Manson on the outer side. So James Manson again will put Collingwood into attack. What will he use? He looks as though he's going for the torp too. Down towards full forward. No one at the back for Collingwood is there. Given to Hawke. Playing against his old team. It's rushed across the line for one behind.
Well, the point too on the torpedoes on a wet day particularly is it spirals down if you get onto them. Far more difficult to mark with a greasy ball than a drop punt, which I'm sure most forwards would agree, far easier to mark.
So former Essendon Premiership player Merv Neagle brings it back into play. Almost a good mark to Brown. He tried to spoon it onto his teammate in Hawke, who was pushed in the back. He'll take it just outside 50. Paul Hawke. To a fairly congested forward line, but he's found an opening just in the pocket. Not a nice angle for Gavin Brown, but he just drifted down and was alone. He's gone short again to right. He has the same line as Paul Hawke, but is 15 metres closer. This to put the Magpies in front. Slightly to the right. So they move to 1-1. 1-2 now. Trailing by 2 points. Swans are 1-4.
Henwood. Good kick by Wayne Henwood. Straight up the ground. No mark taken. Brilliant reading by Teal. Teal's kick towards half-forward. Now the race is on. Holdsworth, good pick-up in front of Jamie Turner. He's kick into the forward pocket. McEwen leads in the race for the football. He's caught. Brilliantly tackled. Great tackle there by Tony Morwood. And it's rushed through for a behind to the Swans.
Good pressure. Sandy thought it was a free kick.
Perhaps it was a little too close to goal, was it?
So McEwen will kick the football back into play, electing to go straight up the ground, centre half back, no mark. Good struggle for possession, very, very tight, and the free kick has been picked out of it.
Well, the umpire obviously construed there that Tony Shaw might know if to get the ball out of the congested area there.
Williams' short pass up towards full forward, punch away by McEwen. All players overrun it. Now there's a chance for Williams. Look at that deception. Hand passes smothered. Dacos gets it off to Saunders. Saunders kick, slews across the side of his boot, out towards half back. Leading in the race for the football is Tui. Tui does it well. Up towards half forward, and the mark taken by Tony Morwood. Between half forward and forward pocket, he goes for goal. It's unguarded. No, it's not. Collingwood players drop back. It's David Cloak who punches it through. And another behind to the Swans. 1-6 plays 1-2. And the Swans doing it pretty well.
And Ross, in that passage, good to see two of the great handballers of the game in operation in Dacos and Williams.
Yes, certainly handball perhaps shouldn't be used as much today. Kick the ball forward as quickly as possible.
McEwen to the outer side. Good mark taken by Kelly. Sweeping hand pass to Barwick. Enjoys freedom, kicking towards half forward. And this man has started very well. 3 marks to James Manson, off to Dacos, down towards Wright and Eagle, over the line, 20 metres around from Collingwood's scoring zone.
Well, a couple of wasted opportunities for Manson after great marks, handballing to Dacos, who was running to the pocket onto his left foot.
Collingwood in attack. The bottom of the pack was Healy. Shepherd claim. And this time the decision has been paid. Holding the ball, Neagle. A good duel, that one, youth versus experience. Coleman met solidly and free kick. So he goes with the hand pass, which you're not allowed to do. There will be a bounce. And Ross Glendinning shakes his head in wonderment. It's probably the one rule they're taking their time to pick up on. Cordy again trying to flick it wide. Healy is working hard in the packs already. And a fine diving mark taken by Barwick. Doug Barwick on centre wing to half forward. Manson again is the target. Couldn't take it. Shaw soccers off the ground. Cordy spoons it forward and was pushed, said the umpire. So Neil Cordy, no one on the mark. Goes from half back down towards the centre. Morwood effectively spoiled. Thripp was held. And he'll take the free kick from the middle.
Plays on quickly, Terry Thripp, and kicks the ball towards full forward. Out in front. Nearly a mark to Dennis Carroll. He tries hard, goes after it again when the ball hits the ground. McEwen in there. So is Murphy. A struggle for possession by all players. And umpire Clayton will come in and ball it up. The play about 40 metres from the Swans' goal. Pretty entertaining first term so far. Cloak. Mullane. Now the chance for McGuan. Somehow gets clear. His kick falls short. Cordy. Good tackle, Dacos. The ball comes free to Mitchell. Off it goes to Healy. Healy in the play a lot in the first 20 minutes. His kick goes across the face. In the opposite forward pocket, Tony Morwood tries to get clear. Gaffer's there, so is McEwen. Struggling hard at full back for Collingwood, and umpire Clayton will come in and ball it up again. So players finding it pretty difficult to keep their footing here. Very, very heavy conditions. 1-6 plays 1-2. Well within scoring distance for the Swans. Hurried over the boundary line by Saunders was Teal. Murphy. Is it Teal? Yes, Teal there, the young Swans player. Very good debut a couple of weeks ago against the Eagles. So about 30 metres from the Swans' goal, we've got a boundary throw in. Coleman in front, Kelly. Now a chance for Collingwood to come clear. A quick kick goes back into the centre. Hawke can't mark. Dacos. Out he goes to Mullane. Now Collingwood might be able to mount something. The kick to Wright is good. Wright at centre half forward can go direct. Taylor and Henwood. Goes to the back and to the wrong side. It may have crossed the line. No. Play on, says the goal umpire. And it's hurried over the line. throw in 25 metres from the Collingwood goal, and some desperate stuff by the Swans defence.
Could be a real test of patience, couldn't it, between Taylor and Henwood?
My word.
Thrown in the right forward pocket for the Magpies. Cloak, a beautiful palm to right. Now how will this bounce? Henwood over the line and almost bundled into the crowd. Now, I think this is going to be it. This will be where the story will lie, I think, this afternoon. 1-6 plays 1-3. Henwood again to the outer side. A good-looking kick too. Plenty of strength being shown by Cloak. Sydney fans thought he might have given a nudge, but he's been in tremendous form, David Cloak, and it's great to see. Again, favouring the torpedo punt, making it difficult for those forwards. Henwood and Taylor. Taylor desperately lunging at the ball and eventually pushed straight over the line. The throw-in was Bernard Toohey, desperate in defence. That young lady can't believe it. Here's the throw-in. Manson, eyes on the ball, doesn't get an effective tap. Thripp is there. There's a free kick being picked up and it will go to the Sydney boy. And on the half-back line, the dive was by Cordy. Clever tap onto Teal. Got the hand pass away just in time, making it very difficult for his teammate at the bottom of the pack. In Holdsworth. So we'll see a ball up. Almost now down to the wing. Cloak and Willis lock horns. Teal claimed by Brown. Illegally, said the umpire.
The umpire has to give the player going in first every chance,
yep.
Ross.
My word, particularly in these conditions.
Teal to half forward. The thump from Gafer behind is good. Mullane wide towards the boundary line. Turner is taken over the line. Oh, he's lost it.
It's pretty severe, that.
Gee.
He's more concerned for his safety, I think, running into the fence, and the umpire's penalised him.
Thripp to half forward. Teal still going and eventually pushes the ball over the line. So a throw in, Sydney in attack, and they lead by just 3 points. 1 goal 6 to 1 goal 3.
I think we heard Rod Carter earlier when we did the cross say that they just wanted commitment from all players, and that's exactly what's needed in these conditions. The kick towards the wing by McGuan has been marked by Brown. Gavin Brown kicks Collingwood up towards the half-forward area. Swans defence, good punch away. Healy's bumped off the football. Hawke also unfairly, according to umpire Mitchell, and Paul Hawke will take the free kick at half-forward for Collingwood. Looking into the pocket for Shepherd. Shepherd forced from behind to punt. Bayes takes it over and we'll have another boundary throw-in. So desperation stakes here at the Sydney Cricket Ground in very difficult conditions. Half-forward flank for Collingwood, about 45 metres from their goal. At the back, Toohey overruns it. Williams has a chance. He tries to get the ball back. Can't do so. Umpire Mitchell will come in and bounce.
Metres out from the Collingwood goal. Manson looking for Dacos. Now Hawke on to Tony Shaw. He'll have a shot. Slices it. Taylor away from Henwood. He shoots over his shoulder. Right, trying to get back on it. He hits the post.
Brian Taylor showing good agility there in those conditions. Got around to his right foot very quickly.
So 2 points the difference now. Neagle again will bring it back into play. Pushes it very wide, going to make it tough for Bernard Toohey. He does have support in Willis, and he's going to need every inch of it. The big man goes down now trying to get it. Can't do so. It'll be Barwing who gets clear. Douglas Barwing high in towards full forward. Taylor and Henwood. Taylor in front. Can't take the mark. Brown waiting down. Shoots a goal, but he's off target again. Another behind.
So easy for the players to kick like that when they have a quick shot at goal. Their foot that's planted on the ground moves very quickly in these conditions, so heavy underfoot, and so easy to be inaccurate when that does happen.
It'll be Henwood. Cordy calling for it. He may even go shorter to Thripp. In fact, does. slews off the side of the boot. Healy won't get there in time. And with just under 2.5 minutes remaining, we have a throw in front of the members. The wing area, the SCG, Cloak and Willis. Cloak, front spot, jostling and bustling. Brown scoops it out, but straight to Healy. Goes in towards the middle, and a good mark taken by Teal. He has been impressive. We've seen him a couple of times, Ross, and he's looked pretty good, the youngster.
Very mature player.
Towards Carroll. And bottled up on that outer side. The umpire, however, has found a free kick. It'll go the way of Collingwood and be taken by Gafer. Michael Gafer towards Manson. Got to beat two of them, and he can't. Murphy. Clear. Over the centre. Holdsworth can't pick it up on the half volley. Turner picks it up beautifully. Goes up towards Manson again. Can't quite control it long enough, but does manage to scoop it out well to McGuan. An intelligent idea to try and get it to Dacos. He needs someone going past. He hasn't got it. The pressure's intense. Hawke lost it. Got it out to McGuan. Back to Mullane. Short to half forward, and this time it has worked. The mark has been taken by Barwick.
Some tremendous stuff there.
Great football.
Very competitive.
Oh, it was
very
great.
competitive. In fact, Doug Barwick is an ideal player to have in these conditions. Very strong in the legs, keeps his balance very well, very quick. His endurance should see him through.
Great viewing on the Australian television network this afternoon. Wherever you're watching, we hope you can stay with us, because this game is developing into a ripper. Barwick to put the Magpies in front.
27 years of age. He's played just 103 games and kicked 158 goals. So, very valuable player for Collingwood. Cloak gets the tap down towards Tony Shaw. Ball comes out the back now. Here's a chance for Manson, proving a bit of a handful for Bays at centre half forward. Manson, Hawke. Hawke's kick towards full forward. Into the pocket, it goes over the top and through for a behind. So Collingwood lead by one straight kick, 2-6-2-1-6.
Henwood again, close to siren time. To the outer side, Cloak hustling and bustling, and this time he hasn't got away with it. The Melbourne grocer is not impressed, but there it is. It's quarter time, and Collingwood lead 2-6 to Sydney, 1-6, and let's go to the break with a footy fact concerning one of Collingwood's greats. He's now with Channel 7, and I'm talking about Peter McKenna, and McKenna really loved playing against the Swans. In 17 games for Collingwood against the Swans, Peter kicked 121 goals out of 838 in his career. He struck a purple patch between 68 and 1972, kicking 11 goals against the Swans in a match in 68, 16 in 69, and another 11 against the Swans in a 1972 encounter, for a total of 38 goals in just 3 outings. Yes, a great mark. The second quarter has just got underway here at the SCG. Sydney into attack through Leon Higgins down towards Morwood at half forward. He couldn't take the mark cleanly. It's spoon forward past Carroll. Can he soccer it off the ground? No, he can't. The Collingwood defence under pressure. Williams snaps. It's the post. And the sun comes out over Sydney. (1-7). Plays 2-6. Ron McKeon to the half-back line. Almost a good one-hander pulled in by Kelly. In fact, it's going to be paid. Former Norwood boy in South Australia, Kelly. Towards Manson in the centre. Thumped away by Bays, who's got a big job there. Higgins goes wider. Healy taps forward. Teal soccers off the ground. Down towards the half-forward line. Coleman won't get him in time. Gafer is claimed. Krasiska does well to get it to Shaw. Collingwood out of trouble. To centre wing. Barwick wide. Onto the left foot. Kicks down towards half-forward. Right, trying to spoon it wide for Cloak. And spoon he did. But it was illegal. Free kick to Neagle. The centre wing, and the mark taken by Teal. to half forward. Waiting down Dacos. Didn't see a great deal of him in the first quarter. Kicks to centre wing. Manson up high. Bays, his immediate opposition, has time to pick it up and find someone to get it to. He finds Barry Mitchell. Mitchell long at a half forward, but he's picked out Gafer, who marks on the chest.
Again, Sandy, a torpedo punt.
Pretty good mark there by Gafer. The ball wobbling a little ordinary. Kick towards the wing. Dacos has read it brilliantly. His kick is ineffective as he's slung as he kicks. Swans under pressure. Chance there for Mullane, but the Swans in numbers. Healy towards the wing. And there's the man he cooperates so brilliantly with taking it. Williams, kick well smothered by Mullane. Caught, he's under pressure. Ball comes clear. Or thrown to the ground.
Great
was Thrift.
Mullane.
And Mullane will take the free kick for Collingwood. In everything in that last passage of play, Darren Mullane, the punch away. Tony Shaw at centre half forward. Bumped off the ball by Tui. Tui and Henwood, the Swans players, desperate to try and clear the ball. Now it comes out the back. Gerard Healy, a little kick off the ground. Chance for Krasiska, the tackling pretty good. Higgins can't break clear. Now there's a chance for Collingwood. Mullane, tackled again by Thrift. The ball is hot. Now it comes clear to the wing. Chance for Mitchell. Walks straight back into trouble. Umpire still does not blow his whistle. Now he does, and the free kick will go to Collingwood and be taken by Hawke.
Barry Mitchell must have thought he was in the middle of a paddock with no one near him.
Quite extraordinary, but now Collingwood will go into attack. Paul Hawke on centre wing, running quite close to a puddle. Short kick, great mark. What a courageous mark taken by the Collingwood captain, Tony Shaw. He plays on quickly, kicks it into the forward pocket. Taylor! 40 metres from goal on a difficult angle. And this will test the Burleigh full forward.
Certainly will, and I was pleased with his endeavour earlier on when he chased the ball all the way up from the full forward, contested out near the wing. And then managed to push himself back to the goal square and receive this pass from Tony Shaw.
Brian Taylor, 20 goals for the season. That makes 21. No, it's close to the line. Punched through by the Swans defence. The goal umpire indicates that it hit the post. And it's through for a behind. So 2-7 plays 1-7. Collingwood lead by 1 goal. Kick in to the outer side, marked by Gerard Healy. He's been in the play quite a lot. Short kick, looking in the centre for the captain, Dennis Carroll. And he doesn't let him down. He takes the mark and plays on. Back to Gerard Healy, who keeps running. Must cover many, many miles in a game of football. In the centre, kick by Gafer, out wide to the wing on the members' side. Right, looking for a teammate to give it to. Mullane's there. Now the short chip kick. Neagle and Carroll. Neagle being well shepherded by Dennis Carroll. Gets the hand pass back. Mitchell brilliantly tackled by Wright. The ball runs free. Chance for Neagle again. Look at the Collingwood forwards working so hard. Bays gets it back to Mitchell, and now the Swans are out of trouble. Mitchell's kick lands with Higgins, defensive side of centre wing.
And Higgins has grown in confidence in the past few weeks. Kicks towards the wing. Tony Shaw picks it up, but the ball travels a little distance and it's marked by Healy. Goes straight back to Shaw. Tony Shaw from half back. No one there for Collingwood, and Dennis Carroll takes the mark, and Saunders making sure that he is going nowhere past. He uses the drop punt. Williams, like lightning to Mitchell, to Higgins. He's a left footer, so he's forced onto the right. He hasn't quite brought it back enough. It was a fine attempt on the right boot. Put one behind.
Yes, great attempt from Higgins. What great hands from both Williams and Mitchell. Very sharp.
1-8. The Swans, the Magpies at 2-7. Brown march almost in the middle of the ground. Gavin Brown, being touted as a state wingman. And this man has played well, Manson. Really giving Mark Bays something to think about. Manson goes long, in towards full forward. Henwood, a diving mark is good.
Terrific mark into the conditions, I would have thought.
Yes. But again, Manson giving Taylor no chance. It was a fine torpedo, but Taylor was running the other way.
Straight down the middle he goes. Murphy, state representative last year, kicking over the centre. Krasiska electing not to mark but to go for the thump. Now Dacos has got Gayfer out wide, uses him. Good shepherding, sees him clear. Gayfer over the centre, looking for Mullane. With him was Cordy. Williams dives in, trying to bring that football out. He can't. That's a great shot, that. It depicts this man. Tremendous try. And of course rewarded with a Brownlow medal. Carroll receives from Cordy, then goes over the top Maud, but it won't bounce. He's got to pick it up from the mud. And this immediately causes the pack to develop. The bottom is Kelly.
Beautiful kick by Dennis Carroll on the wrong side.
Oh, terrific, yes. Fine exponent.
Play at half forward for the Swans, right in front of their goal, about 40 metres out. Kelly can't really get his foot to the ball. Now there's a chance for Collingwood through Krasiska, off to McGuan. McGuan goes fairly direct towards half forward. Maybe not the mark. Perhaps the free kick been awarded there to Manson. And absolutely covered in Sydney cricket ground mud is James Manson. He's put his heart and soul into the first 45 minutes of this match. Chance now for Teal. Goes back to Henwood. Henwood has spotted a player further afield. It's Dennis Carroll. He takes the mark and plays on. Mitchell, kicked beautifully, smothered by Shaw. What great play. His kick falls in short and the mark has been taken by Teal. He plays on quickly. Neagle gets it off to Carroll. Carroll goes direct. A thumping kick towards centre half forward. Now luck could be in the Swans' favour. Out in front of the pack, there's been a free kick picked out. It's going to the Swans to be taken by Terry Thripp.
He's up there in the forward line at full forward at the moment and having Dennis Carroll down on the wing on Doug Barwick, who was so effective for Collingwood in that first quarter.
Well, I'd suggest that he'd be a chance from here, Ross. He's about 35, maybe 40 metres. He'll need...
If he can keep his balance there, the surface he's going to kick on isn't too bad.
So Terry Thripp, drop punt, not bad. It's all clear.
By just a point in a low-scoring game, and it's Cordy who sends them into attack again down towards the half-forward line. Jamie Turner stems the tide. 15 and a half minutes remaining in the second quarter. I think it's going to be kick for kick all day. Darren Mullane not too impressed with that decision that has been made. Cordy to Healy. Healy up to the left half-forward flank. Now a chance for Saunders to get the hand pass away. It's effective to Hawke. Under pressure, he kicks with the left foot. Pushed down in front. Taken by Carroll. Goes for another long kick up towards Morwood. Beaten in numbers. Trip again. Is this another one? He has goal.
Fine play from Terry Thripp. That started with great reading of the play by the captain, Dennis Carroll, who, with Willis contesting with Clark on the outer side, was in perfect position as the crumbs came down the spoil from Willis. A fine kick into the forward line. Over the back was Thripp, and it's a very good kick as we see the ball spilling in the back from Krasiska. And it's an excellent goal with the heavy ball as it is.
Yeah, great kick by Thripp, and well, through a little bit of adversity maybe comes some positive stuff for the Swans. Thripp doing well in the first quarter down the ground, now up in front of goals, and he's kicked two. Sandy already mentioned, low-scoring game, 3-8 plays 2-7, the Swans in front. Chance now for Hawke. His kick tidied up by Cordy, flattened, Neagle, Toohey now. The Swans go into attack again. Up towards half-forward, Tony Shaw. Gee whiz, you show too much courage sometimes. Could have been wiped off the Sydney cricket ground, and the ball goes over for a boundary throw-in. Gee, it hurts. About 50 metres from the Swans' goal. Cloak. Kick well smothered. Chance now for Saunders. Over the top, Brown. Kelly there for Collingwood. Play on, advantage rule paid. Tony Shaw kicks up towards centre half forward. Punch away. Right. gets the hand pass out. Hawke, well tackled, but he gets the hand pass to Barwick into an open goal. Barwick goes bang and kicks Collingwood's third.
Most the difference from the centre. It's Big Willis who gets it to Healy. Down toward the right half-forward flank. The ball looks like a block of mud. Higgins in over the top. Gafer towards the boundary line. Look at the desperation shown by Kelly, shown by Barwick. Higgins again forced onto the right foot. Down inside 50 now, the Sydney Swans. Teal almost had the ball bouncing for him. Holdsworth under pressure, puts through a behind. Tell you what, Ross, well, this is a good game of football.
Yeah, desperation personified here, and both sides realising front position is imperative in these conditions and forcing the ball forward as best they can.
McEwen again. This time coming to the members' side of the Sydney Cricket Ground. Mullane. To centre wing, Dacos. With him, Healy. It's a great duel. Healy probably getting the better of things at the moment. The high kick by Mitchell to half forward. The hurried kick by Turner to centre wing. Hawke tumbles straight over Healy. Tui lends him back up support. Kicks to half forward. Morwood has it locked in that position. And we will see a bounce.
Desperate play from Gerard Healy there.
3-9 plays 3-7. Look at Tony Shaw at the bottom of the pack. With him Barry Mitchell, Greg Williams. It's going to be those smaller running players that are going to determine the outcome of this game in these conditions. Coleman over the top. Williams somehow gets clear, goes onto the left boot, high. McEwen with him Fripp over the line. Probably the best crowd we've seen the Sydney Cricket Ground this year, without doubt. Well in excess of 20,000. Another bounce, 25 metres out.
The ball up about 20 metres from the Swans' goal. Now there's a chance for Tony Morwood. Kick over the shoulder into the goal square nearly, and a great mark taken by McEwen. Seems to have grown in confidence after his good performance against Tony Lockett last week. Kick out towards half-back, members' side. Chance for McGuan. Perhaps interfered with by Higgins? Yes, says umpire Mitchell. And the free kick will go back to the Collingwood defender, Mick McGuan. He's on half-back flank, looking for the short chip. It's on. Krosiska takes the mark. There's a player wide on the opposite flank. It's Turner. Now Collingwood looking to try and get that loose man. Turner gets around and kicks fairly direct towards full forward. About 35 metres out. Good punch away by Henwood. Swooping on the football, Mullane overruns it. Chance for Teal. Goes out the back to Eustace. Now Carroll gets past Shepherd. Look at this man. What a wonderful player Dennis Carroll is. Towards centre half forward. Now there's a struggle for possession. Over the top, Tony Morwood, surely. Advantage paid. The ball comes forward from Holdsworth. Thripp and McEwen. McEwen, desperation stakes. Good interception by Higgins. He nearly threw the ball out. And the umpire saw it that way. Free kick to Collingwood on that last line of defence to be taken by Saunders. Collingwood perhaps a little fortunate. They get out of trouble. The kick goes towards Shaw. Shaw takes the mark and plays on quickly. McGuan up towards the half-forward area. There's a mark to a fresh player on the ground, and that's Renstead. Renstead, a late inclusion. Short kick, diving mark taken by McGuan. Thought it was going to be a dive, but did well to keep his footing. Mick McGuan at half-forward, 50 metres from goal. Too far out to score. The short kick is effective. Taylor. Gee, he chips it around well, Ross, doesn't he? Mick McGuan.
My word. A very mobile player, hasn't he? Running off the half-back line, as you mentioned earlier in the game. Ruck rove. Quite versatile player, actually.
So Taylor, yet to kick a goal. He's kicked 20 for the season so far. Maybe this is 21. It certainly is.
Hawk to Tony Shaw, to David Cloak. Forward again towards Shepherd and Taylor. Dacos is also there. It was Healy who got the hand pass away. Manson a chance. Can he find someone? He's got Shepherd. Well, the idea was right. He almost got there to Taylor. There's 3 Sydney Swans players there. Taylor doing it on his own. It'll be Bernard Toohey who'll bring it away for Sydney. Out towards the wing. Clever tap on by Byrne, who's come onto the ground. Higgins again onto the right boot. Short. Mark not taken by Morwood. Murphy the chance. Onto the left boot. High. Thrip caught behind. There's up against 2. Could be a free kick to Morwood.
Has to be Sandy.
Little over-exuberant there, Ronnie McEwen.
Yes, I think so. Definite free kick.
So Morwood, can he offer the quick reply? It's not a good kick. Pulled it to the left. One behind.
Well, Tony Morwood's going to have a better shot at goal than that, playing on Michael Gafer, who's been a fine stop in the last few weeks, particularly last week on Nicky Winmar. He had to get more value from his kicks than that.
We've had 24 scoring shots at goal and only 7 goals scored. Tight, tough and hard. Kelly and Byrne. Coming over the top was McGuan. And Ian Clayton decides he will take control. Just over 7 minutes remaining in this fascinating second term. A high kick. Morwood again has the chance. In front, unable to mark. The Collingwood defence now under pressure. Krosiska hugging the boundary line. Will they get out of trouble? Williams is there to try and intercept. Some heavy boot work going on. Byrne gets it wide. The Swans are going backwards at the moment. Carroll bustled off it. He goes in again over the top. Be a free kick going the way of Collingwood. No one's sure who's going to take it. Probably go back to Kelly.
Yes.
So Craig Kelly on the outer side. Picks out a teammate in Jamie Turner. Is on the half-back flank, tumbling it towards centre wing. Cloak front spot, unable to mark. Gavin Brown locks it in there. Holding his head is Tony Shaw. He's starting to resemble something out of a black and white minstrel show. Here's the bounce on centre wing. Cloak stands his ground. Dacos tries to form a wall, can't do so. Collingwood have the chance if they soccer it clear, but are unable to cleanly. The tackle is too high. They'll get the chance now. Hawk picking up plenty of touches against his old team too.
Doing well.
To the half-forward flank. Cloak swipes it on. Manson at the back. Cannot get clear. Throw in on the other side. There are plenty of Collingwood supporters in this crowd. I know the train has been relatively busy from Melbourne for the past couple of days in preparation for this match. And at the moment they're seeing a great game. McGuan legged. And he'll be free kick.
Well, I can't work that out. His arm slipped down beside the guy's hips, and I don't think he was legged. I think he was very, very well retarded by the Swans player.
In these conditions too, Ian, there's going to be a lot of that, so the umpires have to be a bit more lenient.
Well, McGuan has the football for Collingwood. He'll put them within goal-scoring distance. Up towards the 35-metre mark. Swans defence under enormous pressure. Healy on the bottom of the pack. The infringer, Gavin Brown, looking a little puzzled, but Gerard Healy has the free kick. He goes wide, and it's effective. The mark out there taken by Holdsworth. 50-metre penalty. Didn't quite see why there, Ross. Maybe the player called back. Didn't move quickly enough.
Wasn't back on the mark as the umpire indicated, so penalised him very quickly.
Not happy, Mick McGuan, with the umpiring decision, but Holdsworth has that 50 metres. He kicks it into the full forward area, and a good strong mark taken by Cloak. And he's letting the Swans players know who the boss is at the moment. Anyway, David Cloak kicks it in towards centre half forward. Interception by Williams. Short kick, great. Vision unbelievable, Greg Williams. And he finds Leon Higgins a little forward of where Williams kicked the ball from, but now a direct shot.
Chance to put the Swans back in front. They trail at the moment by 3 points. The left-footed Leon Higgins fires with a drop punt straight through the middle. Chant in the background as they see their side hit the front. In a seesawing game, 4-10 plays 4-7. A new football, so the players won't mind that.
They'll be very pleased to see that, Sandy. They'll all want to get the first touch before it gets wet again the first 30 seconds.
Thrown up. Willis up high. Beat Cloak on that occasion. Hawke at the bottom of the pack. Free kick. Just under 3.5 minutes remaining. And an important 3.5 minutes. Hawke to half forward. Well, Taylor crashes in late. The man in front was Williams. Thought about playing on, then said, hang on, no I'm not, I'll take my kick. The umpire believed him. Carroll, members side to half forward. Byrne running backwards, has to turn late. And a good mark taken by Craig Kelly. On to Gaffer. Goes wide, Collingwood out of trouble. They've got Gavin Brown on that outer side. With him is Turner. Brown elects to take the kick. Towards Renstead at half forward. Manson also there. Shepherd on top of the football was held. Williams in the middle. And look at that. That is brilliant. And look at the kick. That man is a marvel.
Sandy, I'd just like to make a comment. Just a few seconds ago when you thought he was going to hand pass, he knew that the umpire may have awarded a free kick, and that's why he thought about the hand pass. I'm sure he's got a wonderful brain.
That was great play. Can it be capped off with a goal? Board's kick is to the right. No mark and through for one behind.
Plus he's also waiting in that instance too, Ian, for Nagle to get away from that pack of players, because he knew that Nagle had space behind him, so he virtually indicated to push back quickly.
The margin is 4 points, favouring the Sydney Swans. McEwen to the outer side, or the kick's going to clean bowl a lot, all except this man Williams. On to Cordy. Another one wider to Mitchell. Deep in towards full forward. Byrne has it fisted away. Waiting down is Brown. A hurried tumble punt kick back towards the centre. Cleverly trapped. Now the opportunity is with Tui. He's claimed. Gets it across to his skipper Carroll. Carroll kicks towards half forward. Or the mark not taken by Kelly. It could be expensive. Byrne gets the hand pass away. Morwood couldn't trap it cleanly. Byrne gets another chance. Now Dacos goes in, has pulled off the football, and the umpire says that he'll take charge. Gee, there were some chances there.
The opportunity gone wasted there. Great smother of the ball by Bernard Tui to trap it coming down the ground as he did.
These conditions suit a player like Tui, not blessed with pace, but got tremendous endeavour. Now there's another man on the bottom of the pack with endeavour plus, Tony Shaw. And we'll have another ball up. It's about 15, maybe 20 metres out from the Swans' goal. So a bit of good fortune. It's close to half-time. There's a kick out of it by Teal. And the Swans kick away. They lead by 10 points close to half-time.
There's been a lot of talk about Robert Teal, how Hawthorn decided to let him go. And in fact, Alan Jeans gave a great reference to come to Sydney Swans, and he certainly proved his worth. Good snap at goal from there. Knows where they are. Good, strong player.
First goal to Robert Teal. The Sydney fans are delirious. This is the biggest break they've had in the game.
Another football gone.
And an old one coming out. Just over half a minute remaining. Time for Collingwood to reply if they're good enough. From the centre, Willis again getting his hand to it. Shoveled forward. It's in the Sydney direction. It's like a cake of soap now. So Healy kicks the half forward. The mark almost taken. Time ticking away. Picked up by Mitchell. Swings round with the left foot in towards centre half forward. Only 40 metres out from goal. Collingwood lock it up in that position. Ian Clayton comes in and says, I'll take it.
Umpire's doing a very good job, actually. Very difficult umpire in these conditions. So many infringements because of the greasiness.
There's the siren. What a game we've got on our hands. At half-time, Sydney lead 5-11, 41. 10-point leaders over Collingwood. 4-7, very even stats. As we go into the second half, 10 points is the margin. And Craig Willis is one of those players with a new jumper. So too Healy, who gets the first kick, just drifting it down to the half-forward line. But the mark is taken by Francisco. Bays in from the side to effect the spoil. Cloak bustled over the top of the ball, unable to pick it up cleanly. It comes out quickly to Mitchell, who gets a hurried kick down towards the wing. Chasing is Saunders. Paddles it further onto his teammate. Francisco is there. Can't shrug the tackle. It was a beauty. Higgins on the outer side. To full forward. Beautifully picked up by Thripp. Pulls it round his body. Right across the face of goal he goes. In towards the pocket. Turner sockers wide. Carroll a chance. Brown, great desperation. Still with the football. Gets it out. And well played, Gavin Brown. Across to Turner. He goes to centre wing. And the diving mark is taken by James Manson.
Manson did pretty well in the first half for Collingwood at centre half forward. His kick a little short. Well read by Neagle, and he marks on his chest unopposed. Short kick equally as effective. Eustace at half back. Strong shepherding work done by Dennis Carroll behind the play. Kelly gets it back underground there to Manson. Manson's short kick. McGuan, Holdsworth there for the Swans. No one can take the ball away until Dennis Carroll, a little fortunate, because I thought he dropped the ball.
Yeah, certainly agree with you.
Dennis Carroll towards centre half forward, no mark taken. At the back, Gafer gets the hand pass away, slightly ineffective. Tui backed up well by Murphy. Murphy's quick kick to full forward. At the back, what a mark by Thripp.
Very confident today, very, very confident. Control of the football with hand and foot has been very good from Thripp today. See the mark here on replay. Knew he had the set, all over McEwen.
Well within scoring distance, already kicked two. Terry Thripp just allows it to slip off to the right and through for a behind. A disappointing result for the Swans after such a great mark.
And an important one too. They could have gone 16 points up, and in these conditions it's a pretty big margin.
My word, the low scoring, and if you can get some sort of an advantage, the players must get more tired as the game wears on.
McEwen to the outer side again. Right, one of the flyers unable to take the mark. Cloak pushes to Shaw. Running is Barwick. Spiralling a punt kick to half forward, going right over the top, and the mark taken by Eustace. Goes wide to Healy. He just roams this ground. Murphy marks. Plays on. Wright claims him. Gives it to Dacos. Here's a chance to Taylor. Well spoiled by Henwood. Lending support is Bays. Over the top he goes, and it's Healy again from the defensive 50-metre line, kicking wide towards the wing. And a fine diving mark taken by Leon Higgins.
He played well too.
Yes, and 50 metres.
Now, 50 from that wing is going to bring him down to the half-forward line. Having his 11th kick, Leon Higgins. Thripp marks just outside 50.
Lee Matthews making a change. David Cloak coming off the ground and Craig Starcevich coming on.
Morwood is in the square. He goes long. Lovely looking kick. Fisted over the top by Holdsworth and one behind.
Lee Matthews obviously thinking he's a little top heavy with Manson and Cloak. Manson's gone into the ruck. Cloak started at centre-half forward in this third quarter. But in these conditions, with Mark Bayes on him, it's not mobile enough.
So McEwen again bringing it back into play. Kelly is the target. Now he's got to beat 3 of them. Carroll intercepts and pushes over the line.
He's played well too, Dennis Carroll.
Throw in. Byrne front spot. Willis from behind. Manson sandwiched between them. Hawke can't get it out. Eventually does towards Manson. And belatedly he's picked out a free kick. It's going to go to Bernard Toohey. Kicking into the left pocket. Thrip out on the lead. Tried to take a difficult one in front of the eyes. Not easy. He spills it, and you're talking about the ruckman, David Cloak, having a spell.
So just outside 50 metres, deep in the Swan scoring zone. Mad scramble there for possession. Tony Shaw again on the bottom of the pack, and the umpire will come in and bounce. Bernard Toohey, last man up. No bouncing today. A ball up, comes to the back. Kick off the ground there by Holdsworth in towards centre-half forward. Murphy pushed off the football by Bowen. Now the advantage is paid. Short chip kick is magnificent by Higgins. And the mark has been taken by Teal. Teal about 35 metres from goal. He's already kicked 1. What an acquisition he's been for the Sydney Swans. Couldn't get a game at Hawthorn and allowed to come up here and try his luck. And he's certainly making the most of it. Teal, magnificent kick.
Points. What can Tony Shaw do for the Magpies? Trying to get it out to Saunders, who gets clear with a hand pass to Manson in the middle. He in turn goes back again. Krasiska kicks up towards right. Can't take it. Throws it out almost to the half-forward line. Renstead tries to get through. Wanted to see if he could flick it back. Was unsuccessful. And Neagle will clear for Sydney. Back towards the middle. Higgins in from the side. Can't mark. Saunders leaves it for Dacos. He spears a pass in towards half-forward. Slightly misdirected. Eustace takes the mark. On to Healy. Wide to Williams. His tagger is Tony Shaw, and he's got a big job. Byrne can't pick it up on the half volley, coming back for his first game of the year. And after a brief wrestle, a ball up is the final decision. Still in the centre. Willis got front spot. Dacos picked it up and kicked very high. Renstead stood his ground. He had a teammate in Starcevic coming over the top. Free kick to Hawke. Danger here because Renstead has drifted wide to Taylor.
Murray Renstead's first effective touch for the game. He'll be pleased with that. Give me some confidence in his first senior game for Collingwood. I was going to I mentioned the Swans' younger players doing well. The younger players of Collingwood just finding it a little difficult. Lee Matthews interchanging Shepherd and Wright off the bench, trying to find their spot out there in the forward pocket.
Brian Taylor looking for his second goal. He uses the drop punt. Oh, it's a pretty good looking kick. It's a beautiful kick.
Their second goal for Brian Taylor, and conditions just finding up a little there and allowing the ball to stay a little drier, dispose a little better, and Murray Renstead a fine kick of the football. Demonstrated that to perfection. Brian Taylor a good lead and a good finish.
Just looked as though he might have been favouring his leg after he kicked that for Ross.
Just
wonder whether he's 100%.
He's hobbling a bit now.
He is.
I think Collingwood would like him to play the whole game out. Back in the centre, umpire Clayton just throwing it straight in the air. Manson high over the top and has given away a free kick. Well, the Swans favoured by that umpiring decision. Willis's kick towards half forward, chipping in nicely to take the mark for Siska. Gets the hand pass back to Dacos. Over the top to Kelly. Kelly's hand pass to the wing to Brown. Dacos has done some good running. Oh. Now he thumps the ball into the forward area. He's dumped after he kicks the ball by Willis. Umpire Mitchell having a chat to that player, and the free kick down the ground will go to Wright.
There's nothing in that. Just
so a critical stage of the game. The Sydney Swans lead by 12 points. Early in this third quarter, Graham Wright has the chance to cut that margin for Collingwood, but he pushes it right across the face of goal. Where are the Flyers? No one waiting down in front to capitalise, and it's pushed through for one behind. So the score here at the Sydney Cricket Ground sees the home side, the Sydney Swans, leading 6-13-49. Collingwood a 5-8-38. In pretty tough conditions, and it's been a very tough game, but an exciting one. Neagle kicks out short, and the mark is taken by Tui. Just over 16 minutes remaining. Tui kicks high and wide towards centre wing. Waiting down in front is Hawke. He's away. To half forward, Malone. Marks well on the 50-metre line. Thought about the pass. Slips as he takes the kick. It'll drop short. And defending stoutly is Cordy. Gets it away quickly to Eustace. Time to run clear. Healy and Hawke battle. Then Brown pushes wide to Krosiska. Back to Brown again. McGuan marks 60 metres out. He was having a look for the 50-metre penalty. Certainly wasn't going to come. Tony Shaw gives him the lead. Now Shaw is probably 45 metres out. It's still going to be a big ask for him. He's going to go short again. Well, that's loose checking.
There's poor checking by the Sydney Swans there. They knew that Tony Shaw would not make the distance from there. There had to be a short pass on. They didn't man up effectively.
So Paul Hawke looking for his first goal, but more importantly, a chance to make the margin 5 points. He shoots. The Magpie banners go up, he goes.
Continue to remonstrate with him over that decision paid over the shoulder, and Manson's still not sure why.
So players a little confused. I would think that scoreboard could be slightly incorrect on our screen. We have the Swans leading by 5 points. The ball goes up to half forward. Saunders has held, but he didn't have it. Advantage rule paid. The ball now with Tony Shaw. He gets the hand pass off to Turner. Turner's kick up towards half forward. No mark taken by Renstead. He's quick to recover. Off it goes to Barwick. Collingwood on a bit of a roll. Barwick's kick towards half forward. Now the Swans defence under pressure. Eustace just gets his foot to the ball. At half back, Neagle, Healy, well caught. Now Collingwood will go into attack through right. Dacos gave the hand pass out. Right up towards full forward. Malane chases after it. Swans player coming in from the side is Murphy. Now the ball comes out the back, McGuan. Swans come clear. Cordy held, but he didn't have it. And umpire Clayton says, take the free kick, Neil. Cordy. He plays on quickly. Loose player on centre wing is Dennis Carroll. Usually kicks the ball pretty well with either foot. This one's no exception. Towards full forward, it goes through the back. Now there's a struggle by Collingwood defenders, and they've kept it in, and umpire Mitchell will bounce.
5 points the difference. 6-13, plays 6-8. In a cliffhanger. Teal couldn't take it, but Williams can. He snaps wide. One behind. 6-14. Plays Collingwood's 6-8. Glenn Coleman doing a few stretching exercises on the sidelines, and we're back with Ron McKeown. To the outer side again. Morwood maybe first to this. Can't quite trap it cleanly, but he keeps it in play. Mitchell kicks in towards full forward. A chance for Thripp, leaves it for Teal. His kick is partly smothered. The Collingwood defence under a ton of pressure. Krosiska claim. Play on is the call. Williams now. Where's the hand pass? It goes to Carroll. He steadies. He shoots. He goes.
most.
Leading by 12 points. We're more than halfway through this third term. The play at half forward. Holdsworth well tackled. Now the ball runs free. Out wide. Carroll again. Left foot kick covers quite a few metres, but the goal umpire sees that as going out of bounds on the full. Well, I would have thought that it may have been a behind, but anyway.
Looked at behind from here.
And I think the crowd showing a little bit of disappointment at that decision. McEwen kicks the ball back into play, out towards half-back. Collingwood struggling a little bit. Now they can get clear. Tony Shaw at half-back kicks the ball up towards centre wing, between centre wing and centre. There's a bit of an indiscretion by Starcevic, but the play goes on out towards the wing. Picked up nicely by Carroll. He's helped out by Eustace. Eustace's short kick is good, and the mark's taken by Healy. He's got a player loose in the centre. That's Neagle. Neagle will kick the Swans up towards the 50-metre line. It's well within the 50-metre line now. Punched away by the Collingwood defence. Thrip gets the ball out wide. Williams held by Turner. Play on, says the umpire. A struggle for possession at centre half forward for the Swans, and umpire Clayton will come in and bounces. Greg Williams expresses his disappointment to umpire Clayton, perhaps thinking that it should have been a free kick.
Well, I think it was there, but a little tiggy in these situations.
Swans by 12 points. Ball goes forward, up towards full forward. Kicked away by Mitchell. Turner in the van. Desperate stuff shown by Higgins. Ball comes clear to Barwick. Barwick at half-back kicks the ball towards the wing, and the mark's been taken by Neagle, who's done pretty well at half-back for the Swans, but this time his kick is astray, out of bounds on the full. Free kick to Collingwood.
Time ticking away in this third quarter, just under 11 minutes remaining. The Swans by 12 points. And it's a hard day at the office for all players today. Free kick. This time Manson will be delighted because he's got it and he plays on.
Can't do that.
He cannot do that. They will not learn. Must kick the football on a free kick. So we'll see a ball up, still back in the middle, and an opportunity goes begging.
I'll bet you Greg Williams had something to say to him then too about that indiscretion.
So back with Ian Clayton. Swans making a change.
Yes, on the ground, coming for the first time for the Sydney Swans. The player there we have, Potter. It's Potter, sitting on the bench for the whole first half. And Holdsworth going off the ground.
So a ball up, still on centre wing. Mullane, a hurried kick. The mark taken. The former Essendon boys, Eustace and Neagle, doing a pretty good job. That is the pair. Eustace to the outer side this time. Oh, what a mark for big man Willis. Covered in mud. He gets it to Tui. Tui round the outer side. The Sydney Swans into attack, down towards Morwood, but the ball beats players over the line. Mick Gafer leading in the chase, but a little too late, and so a throw-in to take place. Shaw claim, quick to apply a tackle to Higgins. Collingwood may get out of it through Dacos. He shrugs one tackle, ball to ground. Now wide to the running Mullane. The sweeping hand pass into the middle. Starcevic kicks, looking for Taylor. Yes!
He's still limping. Good strong mark here, in front. Strong effort from Henwood to punch away, but Taylor held his ground.
Well, all kicks for goal important. This to cut the margin again to one straight kick. 30 metres out. Good looking kick for goal by Brian Taylor. He makes no mistake.
Leading by 6 points with 8 minutes left in the third term. Gafer over the top to Mullane. It's been pretty close all day. The greatest margin has been 18 points in favour of the Swans in this quarter. Willis striving hard to get the ball out. Now Tui, Dacos there. Mitchell for the Swans. Gets the hand pass out to Tui. Tui, who's done pretty well. Kicks it towards half forward. Punched away by the strong Collingwood defence. Now struggled by Williams. He's held when he didn't have it. Little bit of Tiggy Touchwood. There goes the hand pass. Back it goes, says umpire Mitchell. And the free kick to be taken by Greg Williams. Too far out to score. Kicks it in towards the pocket. There's a mark on. Tony Morwood. Great kick to the advantage of his teammate by Williams.
Yeah, terrific kick. Gave him space to run into. Michael Gaffer's done a terrific job on Morwood today.
So
but a
Tony
good mark
Morwood,
here.
would you give him a chance from here, Ross?
I would, yes. The area there is not too bad to kick from.
Had a pretty quiet day, Tony Morwood. Yet to kick a goal. And again, perhaps his confidence down a little. The kick goes across the side. Attempted quick kick. Krasiska now to retrieve the position with the help of McEwen. Backing up. McEwen's kick wide. Williams all on his own with 25 metres to spare. Short pass is perfect. And Teal takes the mark. Back it goes to Carroll, who kicks the ball long distances. This one's no exception. Magnificent.
Well, Dennis Carroll really has lifted his game after that first quarter. Second goal to him. There were 4 Collingwood players just behind that centre-foot area as Carroll ran through. No one made a move to try and run at him. They all stood and watched, expecting someone else to do it. And Carroll, making no mistake there in those conditions, the best kick on the field by far.
Really can't understand why they don't man up a little bit with Dennis Carroll, because each time there's a situation like that, they seem to feed it off.
So the big game continues to build. Willis preparing to do the ruck work up against Manson. Manson wins it straight to Williams. To half forward. Courage shown by all players on that occasion. No one able to mark. Murphy under pressure on the left foot. Looks to the heavens as he goes out of bounds on the full.
So I think Robert Teal was licking his chops there for a couple of seconds anyway.
Is Mullane. Manson, the flyer. From the defensive side of centre, Starcevic throws it out. Hawke in there battling, no one able to get it out cleanly. And the umpire decides upon a bounce. 62 plays 50, 12 points in it, favouring the Sydney Swans. We've got 5.5 minutes roughly left of this third quarter. Dacos. Collingwood needs another one. Hayes marks. Had his work cut out early on Manson. Kicks over the centre. McGuan unable to mark cleanly. Murphy spills it. Kelly spins out of the pack, gets it to Mullane. Someone going past. Turner, but put him under pressure. Carroll, he's a long kicker. Going short this time. What a pass to Morwood. Plays on. Almost caught Healy unawares. Extra pressure on him. Back to Carroll. This time he steadies, shoots for goal himself, and was off target from behind.
Dennis Carroll there just had plenty of time to steady again, and as you mentioned there, no one picking him up. Running free, no one looked like picking him up.
23 effective scoring shots to 15. Kelly in front, unable to mark. Byrne taps on. Carroll sandwiched. Mullane with strength, and perhaps a little too much, says the umpire. Barry Mitchell, outside 50 metres.
Willis is off the ground for the Sydney Swans. Glenn Coleman back on.
Mitchell. Short passing, finding Teal. They're keen to keep that ball moving. Morwood again is the target. Morwood he finds. They're looking the goods at the moment, Ross.
Yes, they are. Very sharp. They're holding their ground very well. Obviously quite used to playing on this ground under these conditions. They are making good use of the ball.
So it looks as though it's going to be a big ask for Collingwood in the final quarter. And Morwood just has the two behinds at the moment to his credit. That's a better looking kick. He's goal.
Close to three-quarter time, just 3.5 minutes left. Collingwood looking to break clear of the centre. Mullane in the back, advantage paid. Ball up towards half forward. Shepherd out in front. Shepherd still a chance. He tries the hand pass.
Oh.
Gavin Brown, Starcevic there. But look at that Swan defence working overtime to keep the ball in. Now a chance for Brown again. Neagle pushed off the football. Swans may get clear. Cordy, Dacos. Some tight, really tight football at half-back for the Sydney Swans. Now a chance, it comes back from Shepherd. Now the Swans get clear. Neagle out to Williams, and Williams pinpoints a pass to Higgins. Higgins plays on quickly. Kicks the ball towards centre-half forward. It goes over the top. Chance for Gafer. Kicks quickly to the members' wing. Marking contest. Kick off the ground by Mullane up towards half forward, but there's only one player there, and that's Mr. Ever Reliable, Gerard Healy. And he kicks the ball over the centre towards centre-half forward, dropping back and taking a safe check. Chest mark was Manson. He hand pass off to Gafer. Gafer's kick slews off the side of his boot. Renstead's there. Off to Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw's short pass is great and finds Dacos.
Dacos from 70 metres. Goes with the left foot, looking for Heath Shepherd. A little too far. Can he get back in time? A great struggle with Eustace. And Ian Clayton decides that he will take charge. And so we'll have a ball up just 20 metres out from the Collingwood goal.
Peter Dacos undecided where to kick that time. Brian Taylor not moving very well at all.
Under 2 minutes remaining, Collingwood needs a goal badly. Eustace towards the boundary line. Throw in the right forward pocket. Starcevic with a mighty thump towards Taylor. Bowen! Goal!
Kicked in the dying minutes of the third quarter by Doug Barwick. Swans go forward again through Gerard Healy. Up towards half forward, Gafer comes out. Somehow gets out. There's been an infringement. Advantage paid, says umpire Clayton. Up towards half forward. Collingwood in the van. Hawke up to the forward pocket region. Leading in the race for the ball, Eustace. He kicks it along in front of himself, dives in, takes possession, hand pass out to Neagle. Neagle's kick around the corner is great, and the mark has been taken by Williams. Nearly three-quarter time here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, and the Swans clinging to an advantage. Higgins gets the hand pass out. Oh, down he goes from the great tackle. Higgins again. Here's a chance for Kelly. He shrugs the tackle. And Kelly for Collingwood boots the Magpies up to within 65 metres. But that Swans defence punched the ball away again. And Gerard Healy gains once again another possession. His kick is great. And it finds David Murphy at half forward. The Swans are a chance to score before three-quarter time. No. Murphy's kick lands in the safe arms of Ron McEwen.
Tony Moore in a spot of bother there on the half-forward flank.
Gafer in the back pocket. Valuable seconds ticking away. In fact, there's the siren. It's three-quarter time here at the SCG. And the scene is set for a titanic last quarter. Sydney, 9-15, 69. Lead Collingwood, 8-8, 56. Well, we've just had the bounce to start the final quarter. It's the Sydney Swans who are going into this final term without Tony Morwood, who's gone straight down to the dressing room for treatment, but they are in attack and a chance to score. Murphy working desperately hard. Too hard, said the umpire, and he still held the football. Who has lost it as it comes out the centre wing. Higgins gets it back. Leon Higgins has had a grand game. Goes short to Coleman. Coleman short to the 50-metre line, and he finds Holdsworth. So their forward stock slightly depleted with the loss of Morwood. The back, Murphy again. Thripp can't get a kick. Spoons it out the back. Gets it to a teammate who kicks it behind. Being, of course, the generator, he could be called, couldn't he, really, this Sydney Swans team? Greg Williams.
I think they've got two or three, actually. I mean, between him and Gerard Healy and Dennis Carroll. Three great players that the Swans have got to build a
really good team on.
And Ross, for Collingwood to get back into this game, a lift from a number of key players, Dacos, Mullane and co.
I think you've put the two on the head and put David Cloak back on the ground. They would expect a bit of lift from him as well.
Kick in, taken by Tony Shaw. Hawke, kick up towards half forward. Kick off the ground by Manson. Handball back, Renstead. Looking pretty good, Murray Renstead. Short chip in towards full forward, but reading it better was Henwood, and he takes the mark. Kicks quickly, and it's back there with Manson, who marks. He handballs to Dacos. Dacos back in towards the centre. Advantage paid. Hawke's kick towards full forward. No mark by Henwood. He handballs back towards goal for Collingwood. And Eustace has to get back there quickly and take it over the line for a boundary throw-in.
And again, Ian, a poor attempt at a spiral punt in these conditions from Paul Hawke.
Let's quickly go down to the boundary line for a report on Tony Morwood with Cameron Williams.
Yes, thanks very much, Sandy. The Swans bench are very concerned about Tony Morwood, who fell very heavily during the last stages of that third quarter, but they can't tell me anything more specific about the nature of the injury, other than that it's enough to keep him out of the rest of the match.
Okay, Manson to full forward, Taylor looking for the free kick. The umpire will have nothing of it, and Henwood marks. Wayne Henwood, a late inclusion into this team. It's been a good struggle. Mitchell gets it out to the running Healy. The Swans away again. A high kick down towards the half-forward line. Higgins the diving attempt. Gafer coming away for Collingwood. Down towards Kelly. Keeps it in play. Willis unable to mark, using the one arm only. Renstead overruns it. Still there with Renstead, but he can't get it away. Thumps his fist into the turf as Heath Shepherd also gets up. And a ball up. Collingwood have it inside 50. They want the next goal. They trail by 14 points. Kelly playing from behind, trying to spoil, not effective. Teal marks, plays on. Goes across the centre. Again, plenty of courage being shown by players. They've all done a great job in these conditions today. McGuan at the bottom.
Lee Matthews is elected to lead Craig Starship off the ground for the start of this last quarter in preference to James Manson, making them a bit more top-heavy.
In the centre. Cloak can't get it away. May be asked to go through a similar procedure again.
So umpire Clayton throwing the ball in the air just wide of the centre. Cloak. There's a free kick around the neck. Very crudely tackled was Peter Dacos. And Collingwood looking to score the first goal of this last quarter. Good kick by Dacos. Torpedo punt kick gathered 50 metres. Kick away by Eustace wide. Chance for Mullane if he can control the football. He does. As he falls, he gets the kick away, but a mark to Neagle. Neagle, who's kept that back line knit together. Williams wide, and the Swans out of trouble as Coleman takes the mark on centre wing. He plays on quickly, kicks it up towards half forward. Gafer out in front. Punch away by Higgins. Gafer still with the football, and umpire Clayton will come in and ball it up. The play is about 65 metres from the Swans' goal on their half-forward flank, and I would think that the whole 23,000 would still be in doubt as to the result. Cloak going after it on the bottom of it. Looks like Barry Mitchell, who is a real goer. 9-16 to 8-8. Sydney leading by 14 points.
Cloak again with the left hand. Swipes it wide. Look at the hand pass of Williams to Carroll, however. He's kicked beautifully today. There's a fine attempt to mark. It's not going to be paid, and it's going to result in a goal to Collingwood. Holdsworth off. The Swans leading by 20 points. The danger signs up for Collingwood. Turner at half back. To Cloak in the centre. Off to Hawke. Long to Shepherd. 1-2 grabs, not paid. Neagle waiting in the front. Gets it away again. He's done extremely well today, Merv Neagle, as he gets his kick up towards half forward. Kelly thumps it down to McGuan, who's got Dacos short on 50 metres. giving Brian Taylor, who came out on a lead, a chance to get back, or is he going to have a shot with a torp himself? Well, he attempted the latter, dropped short to Heath Shepherd. Shepherd is clear. He snaps over his shoulder, and the result is one behind.
Collingwood forwards making it difficult there for Brian Taylor to lead into space. They all ran down toward him and only gave him about 15 metres. That forced Dacos to have a long torpedo shot.
So Henwood, sizing up his options, elects to go to the outer side. Williams almost controlled it and then just tried to dabble it out to Murphy, who's working like a beaver in that pack. Free kick, is it going the way of Collingwood? At the bottom, Nick McGuan. Well, he's kicking well inside 50. Question must still be asked, can he make the distance? The drop punt will land in the square. Thump down in front. Brown couldn't take it, and it eventually is taken over the line. John Woods. He's a Hawthorn supporter, but he's a great supporter of the game. Good to see him here. Dacos on the left foot. High in towards full forward. Taylor and Henwood. Henwood got a fist to it. Taylor does the shepherding work as the snap at goal going very, very close. The kick came from Brown, and James Manson now has a chance to convert. Well, he shouldn't miss this. It will make the margin 13 points, and Collingwood not out of it.
Certainly not. I think we mentioned in a low-scoring game, just a few little lucky breaks.
He goals.
Monday.
So the difference in favour of Sydney, 13 points. And Collingwood still striving hard. Umpire Clayton awards a free kick to Brown. Absolutely covered in the mud. His kick in short at centre half forward. Willis diving on it, Neagle. Kick off the ground, Dacos. Brown around the neck. Play on. No, it's not. He must come back. I would think, yes.
Just as well, really, Ian, because there was no one down there for Collingwood.
You hope the showers are hot. Gavin Brown in the centre. And a tired-looking kick. Lloyd gets it out to Toohey. Toohey's kick. Tony Shaw just dropping back. Takes the mark on his chest. Looking to play on. Gives it off now to Turner. Oh, Turner's put Renstead under enormous pressure. And there wasn't much he could do with the football. And we'll have a boundary throw in on centre wing. The Pies looking to play on. Obviously their only chance to get that ball up to their forward line. Quickly, Mitchell to centre half forward. Nearly the mark to Kelly. Thrip, tackled by Turner. At the back, Saunders. Tackled by Williams. Williams goes after it again. Thrip there. Comes out with the football. Goes for goal. It might bounce through. Right on the line. Tidied up by McEwen. And he runs away from his opponent, Byrne. And Ronnie McEwen now outside the back pocket area. Kicks it out towards half-back. Good punch away. Good tackle by McEwen on Carroll. Ball runs free over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in 65 metres from the Swans' goal.
Just under 15 and a half minutes remaining. Still plenty of time for Collingwood if they're good enough to get up. Byrne from behind, tapping it down to Williams. The hand pass again is effective. Thrip kicks high, in towards full forward. Gaffer front spot.
Terrific mark.
Plays on quickly, getting it across to Saunders, who kicks wide to the half-back flank. Brown, his hand pass partly smothered. Renstead going in strongly. Flick wide, gives Merv Neagle a chance again. He can centre the football, but he pulls it back too far, and the mark is taken by Turner. Straight on with a hand pass to McGuan. Ball to ground once, then kicks over the mud patch in the centre. It drops short. Manson out to meet it. The big man gets the hand pass away. Now a chance for Hawke, in trouble. And a ball up at half forward.
Gee, they were good then, what, the Swans, Ross, weren't
Yes, they were. They just bottled it up very well. They came in 2s and 3s. Collingwood players had nowhere to go.
So a ball up at half forward for Collingwood. Tony Shaw unable to take it. Big Willis gets up. '76 plays 63. Cloak looking for Shaw again. Eventually kicked out of the pack towards the middle. Is by Bernard Toohey. Murphy has it now and he pulls it back. In towards the pocket. McEwen chasing the bounce. May favour him. He just takes it over. And so a throw in to take place on the Sydney Swans at right half forward flank. It's almost down to their 50-metre line. Players looking pretty tired. Been a great performance all day. Kelly did the ruck work on that occasion. Mitchell trying to get clear of Renstead and Turner. It's the latter who picks it up. Kicks high. Up towards Manson. Bayes was in front of him. Manson again. Bayes applies the tackle. Now Dacos clear. Turner and Henwood grappling down in the square. It's a one-out duel. Brute strength. Who is going to win? The Sydney Swans gain the ascendancy. Eustace picks it up. Kicks high towards the half-back flank. Neagle marks beautifully in front.
Terrific, Mark.
Going short. Good shepherding allows Williams the ball.
So Greg Williams kicks it 45 metres up over the centre wing. Nearly a mark to Kelly. Perhaps umpire Clayton holding his Guernsey, indicating that Coleman did just that to Kelly. So Kelly takes the free kick for Collingwood, kicks it back towards the half-forward flank area. Manson tries a punch on. It comes back to Tony Shaw. He's got a player in support. It's Renstead. Can they get something out of this, the Magpies? Renstead has Hawke in support. Hawke kicks it up towards full forward. Taylor does well to keep the ball in. Helping out there for the Swans is Eustace. He can't break clear. And umpire Mitchell will come in and ball it up. The play about 30 metres from the Collingwood goal. They're pretty desperate, the Magpies. They trail by 13 points, and we've got 12 minutes left. Ball comes out towards the half-back flank area. A quick kick out of defence by the Swans. Now a chance for Brown. Brown tries a tap on Renstead. Umpire Mitchell lets play go on. Tony Shaw kicks it up towards full forward. Marking contest. Ball punched away. Neagle off to Gerard Healy. He shrugs the tackle, allowed to get the hand pass out. And the quick kick coming from Mitchell finds touch. I think Barry Mitchell would breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, it's almost a clever kick, that.
11 and a half minutes remaining. Mr. and Mrs. Willis is watching. That's your son. Covered in mud, trying his heart out. Williams again, a clever little kick, just trying to get it towards the boundary line. It eventually comes off his chest from Paul Hawke and goes over the line.
You would think he was purposefully wasting time, wouldn't you?
Could be construed as that. Cloak in front, trying to palm it down. Mitchell, well done to Toohey. Neagle looking for a space, eventually gets it. Kicks long, Byrne from behind. Tried to punch it forward. Two Collingwood players go to ground. Starcevic at the back. Gets it across to Gafer. He goes wide. Murphy taken out. Thripp applying the tackle. The umpire eventually pulling up play. In fact, Thripp may have given away a free kick.
You call it correctly, Sandy.
Jamie Turner. From half back. Collingwood want a goal desperately. It's at centre wing. Williams has been outstanding yet again. Mitchell to the half-forward line where Terry Thripp is lurking dangerously. Passing in towards full forward. Byrne claim. Good tackle by McEwen, but the umpire said he had no chance. Again thrown up. Turner, a hurried kick. Collingwood having trouble getting a score on the board in this quarter. Hawke fighting hard. So to Neagle. Eustace a kick. High. But a fine mark taken by Gavin Brown. Over half forward. Is this the chance for Collingwood? Barwick does the shepherding for Manson. He loses the football. Can he regain it? No, he can't because Bays has it. Cooley goes to Cordy. Cordy's claim. Great tackle by Barwick. And another ball up. Oh, gee.
Best tackle of the game.
It was a beauty, wasn't it? He looked clear and Barwick just run. So from a ball up, Mullane short. He's got Renstead on the edge of the square. Oh, he just tried to go over the top. It's not going to work. Thumped clear. The Magpies through Brown again. Tony Shaw flicking it on. Carroll, a hand pass out wide. Eustace and Shepherd chasing. Shepherd gets front spot. Carroll is with Eustace. Almost claimed. Dacos. Dummies the hand pass, but then lost the football. Back to him again. Oh, he runs into trouble.
He's given a free kick to McGuan. Yep. Dacos and McGuan. It's good. No, McGuan thought he had it. Yes, it is McGuan.
It is McGuan. So, Mick McGuan going short. Tony Shaw. 40 metres out. Almost directly in front. This to make the margin 7 points, and we have 8 minutes remaining. Tony Shaw, short again. Brown, Tony Shaw, high, in towards full forward. Dacos sees it fisted away from him by Bernard Toohey, and Eustace watches it sail over the line. And the Sydney fans breathe a little sigh of relief.
Some tired blokes out there, Ross.
Oh, word.
Boundary throw in forward pocket for Collingwood. They're desperate to score a goal. Manson and Mark Bays. And the chant goes up for the Sydney Swans. Can they hang on? Leading by 13 points with 7.5 minutes left. Fans excited. Chance for Dacos. Left foot pot shot for goal by Peter Dacos. Close to the line. Rushed over for a behind to the Collingwood side. So the difference now is 12 points. 2 straight kicks will level the scores for the Magpies. Can the Swans hang on?
Lee Matthews, another change. Right again into changing with Shepherd.
Desperate game for both sides. Henwood. Brian Taylor has kicked 3 goals at full forward. Wayne Henwood, a last-minute inclusion, done a pretty good job. The ball at half-back. McGuan tries to punch the ball away. Now it comes out the back. Chance for Brown. Tackler is Williams, perhaps a little unfairly. Umpire Mitchell awards the free kick to the Collingwood winger. He's tried very hard for his side. Gavin Brown. 19 possessions. Pretty tired-looking kick into the pocket and a good mark. Look at the experience there in front of the pack. Gerard Healy elects to go straight across the ground. Man on his own, Neagle. Outer wing wide open. Neagle kicks it out in front of Coleman. Tackler Kelly. Ball runs free. Free kick to Kelly. Umpire Clayton says that Coleman put it out deliberately.
I wonder if he changed his mind there, because I got the impression he's going to give the free kick to Coleman for Kelly falling on his back, and the ball spilling out intentionally by Coleman. He may have reversed it in his mind very quickly.
Could be a crucial decision, I would think. Only 2 straight kicks in it.
Definitely kicked to Coleman there for an infringement.
Kelly kicks Collingwood back into attack towards their half-forward flank. Manson tries to mark. Attempted pick up there by Hawke. Couldn't quite control it, and it goes over for another boundary throw-in. Just 50 metres from the Collingwood goal.
And just under 6 minutes remaining. 2 straight kicks in it. But Collingwood want the next one. Manson trying to go over the top. Gets a second chance to Tony Shaw to centre half forward. Great diving attempt by Murphy. David Murphy from half back, kicking towards centre wing. Thump clear. Cloak can soccer forward. He does so long towards Taylor. With him Henwood. Taylor to Dacos. Can't get through the pack. Free kick. And it'll be taken by Eustace. So they are hanging on ever so grimly. Henwood. Out to the outer side, David Cloak. They want 2 goals. Smartly. Right, chasing. Carroll, front spot. The boundary line beats them both. All players very, very tired. It's been very heavy going. 4.5 minutes left. Can Collingwood get up? Willis and Cloak still going at it hard. Williams onto the left boot, hooking it round towards centre wing. The mark not paid. Carroll applies a good tackle on Krosiska. Tony Shaw also another one. Look at them dive in after that football. Terry Thripp kicked a couple of goals in the second quarter. Valuable ones too. Renstead to half forward. Taylor goes to ground, trying to find someone to get it out to. Dacos lurking. Neagle there at the bottom of the pack. Bays also. All up. 35 metres out from Collingwood's scoring zone. Tony Shaw backpedaling to Renstead. Almost caught him unawares, but gets boot the ball. Taylor and Henwood. A battle of brute strength. And the ball over the line. It's been a great contest, that one. It's been the 2 number 9s have been at it all day.
Who's the stronger?
Dacos. Still a chance. Mullane in towards goal. And a diving attempt to stop it by Henwood is not successful, 1 behind. So if they kick 2 goals now, they'll win the match. The time is ticking away. Under 3 minutes.
Henwood a little undecided as to which direction to take. Chips it in short. Eustace takes the mark. Hand pass over the top. Gerard Healy. Long one out towards half back. Neil Cordy comes dashing through. Can't quite control it. Well, basically handed it to Mitchell, I would have thought. Laces undone. Mitchell kicks towards half forward for the Swans. Punch away by Saunders. Gather by Coleman. Strong. Higgins goes for goal. Higgins misses. No, yes. I looked at Higgins and he was cheering. Goal umpire wasn't doing much cheering. 2 goals the difference again in favour of Sydney. McEwen. Time very precious for Collingwood. Renstead marks the kick in. Just over 2 minutes left. Renstead kicks it towards centre wing. Great gather. Brown up towards the half forward area now. Can Collingwood gather this ball in? Barwick taps it on and gathers about 10 metres for his side. So it's about 65 metres from the Collingwood goal, and they need 2 straight kicks to level the scores. Ruck work being done by Manson. High over the top base, stumps it back over the line, and we'll have another boundary throw in. Valiant efforts by both teams. Very difficult conditions here today at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Manson in front, Bays again. Struggle for possession. Barwick does a bit of shepherding. McGuan, play allowed to go on. Eustace, kick around the corner, close to the line. Brown overruns the football and it goes out for another throw in, and the seconds ticking away for the Magpies side. They're still 12 points in arrears.
Here's the throw in. Cloak with the left hand trying to swipe it. Neagle puts his body over it. Going to be a free kick to Collingwood, maybe taken by Gavin Brown. Well, he's tried his heart out. But they need a goal very, very quickly. Hawke plays on. Long in towards Taylor and Henwood. The ball was touched. Manson, can he soccer it through? He cannot. 1 behind.
The Sydney Swans defence really have bottled up the Collingwood forwards. They've manned up very well. Their followers have come down and just covered the area that the forwards are trying to run into. Collingwood just can't break free.
11 points the difference. Henwood again. Valuable seconds tick away. He goes short to skipper Carroll. Getting quite dark here at the SCG as Carroll goes as long as he can, trying to get that ball out of the danger zone. Tony Shaw trying to get it out. Can't do so. So a ball up. And the Sydney Swans staring at a victory here at the SCG. Strip taps it on cleverly. Down towards the forward line. Can the Swans score another one before the siren? It's at centre half forward. Turner gets a kick away, but there it is. The Sydney Swans have won it. Well, a great game of football, Ian Robertson, in very trying conditions.
If you win a game like that, Sandy, I think these guys can walk off the ground very, very proud of themselves. Collingwood players shouldn't feel too disappointed. They fought it out. They fought it right out. It was a tough, slugging affair. And the Swans, perhaps in the third quarter when they got that 18-point break, even though Collingwood got back into it, it just took a little bit too much out of them, and the Swans hanging on grimly after three-quarter time to win the game. It was I thought, a very, very good performance under these conditions.
So as the chant for Sydney goes up, let's check the final scores again. Sydney 10-17-77, defeating Collingwood 9-12-66.